Welcome back to a Faster PC live support. I know you've been waiting all week for this show. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Get excited. This time, this is exciting. We're actually going to be helping people resolve their computer problems. We may help you resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Or you can head over to our Facebook or YouTube video. You can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Go to YouTube. YouTube channel is kind of new, and we don't have as many likes over there, but get over there, and you can watch the show there as well. Or you can head to our website at fasterpc.com. We have links to both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in its entirety. And you know what? If you're driving down the road, you're doing other things, you're not able to watch right now, you'll be able to watch the show in its entirety at your convenience after the show is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. We are, by the way, connected to the studio today via the telephone, but I'm actually still using my headset, which is better for when we have callers that call into the show, because I won't have to repeat what they say. It'll actually come through the audio. I believe the audio is not coming through quite as strong as it normally does, or not quite as loud, at least, as it normally does on Skype or Zoom. But hey, we're here. We have it. We're ready to go. If you have a computer question, if you have a technical question, if you have a streaming question, give us a call. If you have a cybersecurity question, give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. A Faster PC live technical support will answer your computer technical and streaming questions, your cybersecurity questions as well. We will be talking about and going over the cybersecurity rundown, where we go over some of the latest threats that are out there right now. And we also will be going over your questions and answering your questions. We do have one caller that actually did let me know that he will be calling in today. We'll see whether he does or not. But hey, we're here. We're ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your computer technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions and problems that you may have or may encounter. We do want to just let you know, we will at the end of the show go over our hours for this coming week, but just so you can know right now, we are open normal hours today and also Monday, 9 to 5 Monday, 9 to 2 today. Christmas Eve Day will be open 9 to 2. We'll be closed on Christmas, and then we'll be open the rest of the week, normal hours, 9 to 5 Thursday and Friday, and 9 to 2 on Saturday. We also want to remind you that over the last several weeks, well, starting, I believe, October the 19th, we actually went over a series on how to buy a new computer. And you can actually go and watch those videos, even if you already have purchased a new computer. I would encourage you to go out and watch those videos so that you can learn how to actually do that. In addition, you may want to actually, we also went over whether you need to buy a new computer, because if your computer is fast enough, maybe your computer's not fast enough, but maybe the processor's capable of running quite a bit quicker. And so all you would need at that point would be to make sure that your computer is updated to have an SSD drive so that it's quite a bit faster than what it was before. or what it is currently. We can actually help you do that. We've done that with many people. And also, one of the things we have been letting people know about, Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10 next October, October 15th, I believe. And you'll want to, before that time, either replace your computer if your computer doesn't have or doesn't support Windows 11. Most computers, even if they don't natively support Windows 11, in most cases we can actually still install Windows 11 on those computers. And additionally, Microsoft is providing extended support for $30 a month. You will be able to sign up for that. Yesterday, we actually helped one of our clients install the latest, well, not the latest version of Windows 11, but we installed, he already had Windows 11, but we actually moved him from Windows 11 22H2 to 23H2. The newest version is 24H2. Some computers are having problems with 24H2, and so we are going with 24H2 for some systems, but if they encounter problems, we back it down to 23H2. And on this particular one, it is an older computer. We just went with 23H2, and Microsoft hopefully will come up and resolve those issues that they are having with some computers with 24H2. By the way, some computers it works perfectly fine, and other computers it doesn't. And by the way, some of our previous videos, some of our previous shows, we have gone over how to actually make sure whether or how to check whether your computer hardware natively supports Windows 11 or not, and we went over the differences and why there are differences in that, and also what security risks that you may have if your computer doesn't meet those requirements and you still run it and operate it with Windows 11. We've gone over that in some of our past videos. I did want to give you an update also on Al's Family Farms. So with Al's Family Farms, one of the things that we did actually we have actually been doing is continuing to help support them in their production, and they've been sending out tons of packages, and they even shipped out to Canada this past week through UPS. They normally ship through FedEx. In fact, they ship so much with FedEx that FedEx actually keeps one of their trailers there, and they just bring the tractor and with another trailer they disconnect the empty trailer, they load the new trailer, the trailer that's loaded, and then they put the empty trailer back in its spot. That way they're ready to load up additional shipments, and these are happening on a daily basis, sending out a lot of packages. They send out honey bells. They don't send out honey bells because they're not available. They're fruit. You can't say, okay, I want honey bells for Christmas. It doesn't happen that way. But, people give honey bells for Christmas. And so what they do is they send postcards to let people know, hey, your honey bells are going to be here. It's going to be in this time frame, depending on the production, the availability, and so on. But with fruit, you don't really know 100% when it's going to be, but they can give them a ballpark, but you're going to get these, and so they get a postcard for Christmas, letting them know they're going to get those. Well, Monday they sent out 5,000 of those, so that's just to let people know, hey, your honey bell shipment is on the way. Well, it will be on the way when the honey bells come in and they're ready to go. So we also yesterday helped them resolve an issue with UPS. So they were having problems with their UPS software, and we were working. They've been running on Windows 7 on an old version, which FedEx or UPS doesn't even support anymore. Well, we went over to, we've been working to get them up and running on a newer version on Windows 10, And we actually needed to do that because the software stopped working and needed to be registered, and UPS wouldn't register it because it's an old version. So they changed their registration system, and they refused, basically, they wrote the software so that it refuses to register older versions, even though the software was registered on one day, but the next day it wasn't registered. So what actually happened with that is we actually got them up, spent some time with their support yesterday, got them up running on Windows 10, so they'll be able to use Fed or UPS on that Windows 10 system. And a few years ago, we actually got them up on Windows 10 for FedEx as well. And those older computers, well, we're just phasing those out. I mean, they're not supported anymore. You don't want to browse the web on an old computer. You don't even really want to be connected to the internet. But in certain cases, there's a necessity to run some of those old programs, and we try to work with customers to help make their computers more safe and actually still maintain the functionality as well. And we've done that, helping people run Windows XP. We even recently built a Windows 98 virtual PC that can run on a Windows 10 system. So these are things that we can help you. If you're out there, you need some help, you need to make sure that your systems are up and running. Go ahead, check us out, give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. A faster PC can help you be functional and secure.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and streamed live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Or just go to our website, fasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at fasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Minisoft, and SoftPen support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at fasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, well, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. I did want to let you know that, first of all, last week we did go over how to watch Christmas movies without cable TV. So if you missed that, you want to learn how to do that. Maybe you're thinking about cutting the cord, or you already have cut the cord. You want to watch various ways to watch Christmas movies. Well, watch last week's show because we did go over that as well. Now, also, this coming week, we know what Wednesday is. Wednesday is Christmas. And in addition to what normally happens on Christmas, all the celebration and the family get-togethers and of course celebrating the reason for the season. Don't forget the reason for the season, which is Jesus came to this earth to die on the cross for our sins, to set us free from our sins. So that's the reason. Don't lose track of that. But also, in addition to everything else that's going on, there is actually football. So the NFL has two games, and really for the first time ever, I believe, they are being streamed on Netflix. And so you can actually, and we actually went over this. We have a video, how to watch NFL games without cable TV. And this is, we went over this on a separate show, one of our previous shows at the before the beginning of the season. We also rolled that out to a separate video so that you can go and watch that. So you can see that on our channel, on our YouTube channel. We have links to it on Facebook as well. And so you can go there and you can watch. You can see how to watch these games. So anyway, we have Becky on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support, Becky. How can we help you today?
Hi, I'm a first-time listener and enjoying your show very much.
Thank you.
I have a HP computer, and I used to be able to, it would run a diagnostic as to why it was offline, and now it's not working, and they've redirected me to a depiction of Microsoft Support Diagnostics, MSDT, for the troubleshooters, Microsoft support. And it kind of made me nervous when people are switching me over to something else.
Right, yes. So when your computer doesn't boot up, Microsoft's operating system does have a recovery console that's built in, and it gives you various options. And sometimes this can happen when there's a Windows update and it doesn't quite work right, and your computer doesn't doesn't boot into Windows. So there are various options that you can choose there. Sometimes if you have System Restore enabled, you can restore back to a previous time. You can also, there's some other options where you can uninstall the latest feature update, which would be the major update of if you're running Windows 10 or Windows 11. There are multiple feature updates in Windows 11. We talked earlier, 22H2 is the first feature, 23H2 is the second, 24H2 is the third, and the most recent. With Windows 10, multiple feature updates. So you can, if you're within the last 30 days of installing that update, you can roll back to a previous time before that. You can also roll back the latest quality updates, which happen at least every month, sometimes twice a month. You can roll those back and go back to before that. So if you have no hardware failure on your computer, then doing one of those is a good option to get yourself back up and running. Now, sometimes this type of problem is caused by hardware failure, though, and it could be, let's say, a bad hard drive. So especially if you have a platter hard drive where you have metal platters that spin around, an arm that moves back and forth, reads and writes on the data, what you're going to have is you are going to have issues because they're mechanical and electronic and magnetics. All that's involved there, especially the mechanics, do eventually fail. Anything that moves does eventually fail. If you have a platter hard drive, those are susceptible to failure. Sometimes even SSD drives do fail as well. It's rare, especially if you buy a really good brand SSD. Of course, if you're getting an SSD in a computer, chances are it's not a good brand. Chances are in a new computer, they're not really necessarily going to buy the cheapest of the cheap SSD drives, but they're also not going to buy the most expensive and most reliable either. So they're going to be affordable. They're going to be big name brands, but they're not going to be necessarily as reliable as what we would put into a system. So that's one thing that you would look at. There's also RAM, random access memory, and sometimes that can be bad, and that can cause problems. So there are diagnostics. Certain computers. I don't remember, Becky. Did you say your computer's a Dell?
Yes.
Okay, so
My computer's a Dell, but my printer is an HP.
Yeah, that's fine. So the Dell computers do have a built-in diagnostic that will test certain hardware components, including the drive, including the RAM, and you may be able to find the source of the problem if it is hardware related. Doing that, of course, if that doesn't come up with anything, sometimes we have, if there's no hardware problems, and what we typically would do is we typically would run some hardware diagnostics. We're going to see, hey, is this drive bad? Is the RAM bad? If you have a hardware failure that's causing this problem, then fixing the problem is only a temporary fix if you don't fix the actual hardware that's causing it. Just to give you an example, my first computer was a computer, I think it was an 8088, had an 8088 processor, ran DOS, had a 20 megabyte hard drive, and that drive started going bad, and when it would go bad, I would have to run CheckDisk to repair errors. I would have to reinstall my operating system. I would have to reinstall programs, and that would happen about every 2 weeks. And I didn't have enough money to buy a new hard drive at the time, so I just did that. And really, that's part of the way that was really my first learning about how to repair computers, was fixing my own computer that was failing and that was causing problems. So that's obviously you probably don't want to learn computer repair that much. You probably want your computer to work. And even at that time, I would have preferred to have my computer work. but I didn't have the money to buy a new drive. When I could buy the new drive, I bought it. I was able to get the operating system installed. I didn't know anything about transferring data back then, but I was able to get the operating system installed and transfer my data over to it. But what we do again is in the shop, we make sure is there a failure with the drive? Is there a failure with the RAM? And if there is, we take care of that, and then we look at resolving the problem. Hopefully we can resolve that problem. And if not, if the drive is, if the boot is not repairable, then maybe we can at least get data off of the drive. Most of the time we can, and that way the person doesn't lose their pictures, their documents, their Excel spreadsheets, their whatever you have, your tax documents, whatever you have on the computer that's important to you. Some people are working on books, some people are working on college work or school work, at whatever level. So it is important to make sure that those are protected. So a lot of times we are able to get that data, but what we're looking at is definitely running diagnostics, making sure that the hardware is safe. If the hardware is safe, we'll go after some of those other things, seeing if we can run a system restore, seeing if we can uninstall the latest feature update, uninstall the latest quality update, which would have all the security updates. So those are three of the big ones that can resolve issues quite often. If those don't work, well, there is another built-in feature, which is to repair the boot. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work. We also can boot off of a flash drive that has the operating system installed, and then we can run those same tools as well from that flash drive. And if all of those fail, though, then at that point we're looking at probably backing up the data and doing a clean install. And again, if there's any failures with the hardware, or maybe just it has a platter drive that's not technically failing but running slowly, we might do that clean install on a new SSD drive to breathe new life into that computer. The computer that I worked on installing Windows 11 23H2 yesterday, that the customer is thrilled with the speed of the computer, and I can tell you it was quick. The installation of Windows 11 went very quickly. The download went very quickly because of his internet, and he's just thrilled with the performance of the computer because we upgraded the computer to an SSD drive. So hopefully, I know I gave several different options there, but you definitely want to make sure if you have hardware failure that you're protecting it. If you are able to get up and running, even if you haven't really fully tested the hardware, then I would definitely encourage you to go ahead and back up your data. Make sure that you have it backed up, because sometimes drives die and you can't get anything, at least not without sending it out to a data recovery facility, which is expensive. So you mentioned being referred over to Microsoft. I can tell you this, Microsoft does not provide technical support for free, and you want to be cautious if you think you're calling Microsoft. A lot of people are speaking to someone other than Microsoft, thinking that they are talking to Microsoft. You do want to be very cautious in calling them. Especially, if you're searching for a number on the internet, you find this number that says it provides Microsoft support. It looks like it's Microsoft, officially Microsoft support. I can tell you that in most cases, you're not actually talking to Microsoft. In most cases, you're talking to someone that's in a foreign country. I mean, we would really call them scammers. They may consider themselves an official company, and really they do operate like a company. They have an HR department. Many of the people that work there don't really know that they might be involved in some deceptive practices, but they actually will try to trick you into thinking that they are Microsoft and then selling you a maintenance plan. And what we've heard is that either they get your money and then run, or maybe they get your money and they provide support for a certain period of time, likely if you paid with a card long enough so that you can't challenge that transaction, and then they stop answering their phone. And so at that point, you can't go back to your bank and get a refund for what you paid, and you're not going to get the support from them. And really, would you want to get support from them? I mean, who are they? You don't really know what. I mean, we've seen some of them that after a certain period of time, they demand more money, and when you won't give them more money, then they really do some really bad things to your computer. So you want to really be cautious. And I can tell you, if you get on the phone with with someone that says they're Microsoft, and you get on the phone with them very quickly, you are not on the phone with Microsoft, because Microsoft is difficult to get on the phone with. It takes us hours and hours and hours to get on the phone with Microsoft, and we are an official reseller and partner with them.
Okay, I have a question. Can you do all of what you were talking about, checking the hard drive,
Yes.
all that remotely, or do I have to computer to use
Well, we do need to physically have access to the computer to do all that. Especially since your computer's not booting up. If your computer was booting up,
Another question.
yep.
What differences in the prices of printers? Why is because I have a cheap printer? Maybe that's why it's not working. Or if I put more on a printer, would I?
Yeah, I don't think the problem that you're having has anything to do with your printer. If you, and it's possible it does. If your printer's connected via USB, disconnect it. In fact, disconnect anything that you don't need. Even your keyboard and mouse. If you have another one, plug those in. Occasionally we see problems with those. Just disconnect things that you don't need. Try it again. Occasionally we have seen odd things where that happens, but yes, we can troubleshoot this, but we do need to do that in our shop or on site, but it's more efficient, more cost effective in the shop.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now is your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the...
Okay, Stephanie, you should be able to talk to each other. He's in a break now.
Yes.
Okay. Say goodbye. I couldn't do anything with phone.
Okay, Brian, she's on.
Okay.
You need a faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC
saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Manysoft, and SoftBin support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience. Shortly after the show's over, it'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website at fasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
That's right, you do. We are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions, and we are going directly to the lines right now. We have David on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support, David. How can we help you today?
Do we have to, think about converting to Windows 11?
Okay, Cliff, did you hear him clearly? I did not. You were breaking up quite a bit at the beginning of that on my end. I don't know if Cliff heard you. Otherwise, if you could repeat what you said there.
Yeah, I said I have several computer-related issues, but I just first want to ask, how soon do we need to think about converting to Windows 11?
Yeah, so one thing you need to do about Windows 11, Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10 on October 15th. And so before then, you would need to do something. Now, they are allowing you to pay them $30 a year for extended support of Windows 10. So that's a new thing. They've never offered that before, but they are going to offer that with Windows 10. Of course, it's a new revenue source for them. And for some people that like Windows 10, don't want to go up to Windows 11, it might be a good option for them. So that is one option, one thing that you want to look at there. Now, I would say, though, you would want to do it, sooner than later, because you can actually get a chance to make sure that your computer works right with Windows 11. We have seen a few computers that won't work with Windows 11. They're either too old, or they just have some driver issues, and drivers are small pieces of software that work within the operating system. And with drivers, they just actually, it's necessary for a driver to be installed for the operating system to be able to utilize the hardware that's there. So every computer has a whole bunch of different drivers. You have a video driver that helps, or sometimes it's called a display driver that helps your computer display something onto the screen. You have audio drivers that work for microphone and speakers. You have drivers for the whatever storage that you have, whether it's in NVMe storage or serial ATA. You might have both of those. So you have a chipset driver, and there's a whole bunch of different drivers associated with that, USB drivers. So all of these, sometimes there's one driver that's not compatible with your computer and Windows 11, and that can cause an issue. Most of the time that we're seeing where like the processor is just too old, too far back. If your computer has an Intel i-series processor, I can tell you in most cases it's going to work. If you have an AMD A-series or Ryzen series processor, in most cases 11 is going to work. Some other things that we have seen, some people have a 32-bit version of Windows 10. So if you have a 32-bit version of Windows 10, you will not be able to do an upgrade to Windows 11. You could do a clean install of Windows 11 on your computer, but there is no 32-bit version of Windows 11. So if you are out there, you have a 32-bit version of Windows 10, maybe it came from an older time where maybe you had a 32-bit version of Windows 7 and you updated it to Windows 10, and then now you're looking to update it to Windows 11. It's not going to happen without doing a clean install. So that would require backing up your data and then doing a clean install of Windows 11. It would not give you the option to do an update because again, there's no 32-bit version of Windows 11. So those are some things to consider. I would do it sooner than later though, just to make sure that everything works. And like I was saying in I believe the first segment of this show, we actually have had some people that their computer will run in Windows 11, but the new 24H2 version of Windows 11, some computers, we do have one computer in the shop right now that computer has problems with 24H2. But we were able to get 23H2 on it, and it's possible that Microsoft will fix that problem with 24H2. It's also possible that maybe that computer can only go to 23H2. We did see some computers early on with Windows 10 that would only install Windows 10 up to a certain version and couldn't go beyond that.
Okay, that's all helpful to know about.
Yes. Yeah, so do you have other questions?
Yeah, I have something that relates. It's not about I don't know if it relates to my computer. I guess it is tied to my computer. It's the fact that I use an Android phone to take photos, and I've got an older Android phone I've been using to take photos for quite a while. And normally I can upload them to my computer and edit them with different software. But
yes,
lately my computer is not allowing me to edit the photos. When I try to open a file for a photo, it says something about I forget the wording. It shows try again. Yeah, it'll have three tabs. One will say try again. Another one says skip, and then another one cancel. Do you know what is causing this? It's not allowing me to open the photo and then edit it.
Well, so are you actually getting the photo onto the computer, or is the problem not being able to get it onto the computer?
Yeah, it's the problem is not being able to upload it, and I know the photos are in my phone because when I search photos with
Sure.
the phone itself, I can see the photos are there.
So typically, typically when you connect a phone to a computer, the phone will ask you if you want to allow the computer to access the photos, and you have to say yes. You probably know all of this. For whatever reason, that does have to happen multiple times. Now, it's possible if you're doing all of that and you're still not able to transfer the photos over to the computer, then it is possible that there may be a problem with the cable that you're using, or there may be a problem with the port in the computer or the port in the phone. So, you could try swapping the cable. You could try switching to a different USB port in the computer. You could try, if it's the port in the phone, there's really nothing you can do to fix that. There are some ways, though, that you can still get the photo over to your computer, even if you can't get it over with a cable. And those are using Google Photos would be one way. So you have, Google will give you 15 gigabytes of storage with Google for free. If you have more than 15 gigabytes, you can pay them additional money and you can get additional storage. And if you sign up for that, or even use the free version and use Google Photos to sync the photos from your phone to the Google Cloud. So a cloud is basically, it's a computer that's at Google's, one of Google's server centers, data centers, and then you can actually install Google Drive on your computer, and you could actually have Google Drive sync up the Google Cloud, your Google Drive, to your computer, so that the photos, when you take a photo, it would automatically upload to Google's Cloud, and then that photo would also automatically download to your computer. And that's another way to do it. People that use iPhones, I have an iPhone, and I do the same thing. I could do that with Google Cloud, with Google Photos, but I choose to use Apple's iCloud. And it's very similar process, but I have iCloud on my computer, and it can actually download the photos automatically from Apple's cloud, and my phone can automatically upload them. Of course, this protects your pictures in an additional way, and that what happens if, before you get a chance to import the pictures into your computer, what happens if you run over the phone? What happens if you drop it in water? What happens if it gets destroyed, lost, or stolen? Or just breaks, doesn't work anymore. This helps protect with all that. Another cloud storage that you may consider is Microsoft's OneDrive. And Microsoft's OneDrive, they give you 5 gigabytes of storage for free. Additionally, you can pay them. It's either, I think it's $1.99 for 100 gigabytes, or if you subscribe to Microsoft 365, you get 1 terabyte of storage, which is 1,000 gigabytes of storage. So that's a lot of storage, and it's another way that you can actually sync your photos to the cloud. And then if you also are syncing the cloud to your computer, you can get the photos will automatically upload from your phone to whichever cloud service you choose to use, and then they'll automatically download from whatever cloud service you use to your computer, as long as you have it set up. All of those require a username and password, with Apple, Google, or Microsoft, and you just have to make sure you're using the same username and password on the computer as you're using on the computer, on the computer as you're using on the phone. And there's a little bit of setup there, but it is a great way to make sure that your phone is backed up, and also get that information, those pictures, over to your computer if you're in a situation where you can't actually do that. Now, let me tell you, we actually produce YouTube videos, not only these videos that go out on YouTube, but we also produce additional YouTube videos that are called shorts. And with shorts, you can't actually technically upload a thumbnail. But what we do is I'll create a thumbnail. I upload it from my computer I actually put it into the iCloud, and then that will download onto my phone. I upload I upload that over to my system. I actually make a video with that photo as the first frame, and I get that over to my phone through iCloud, and then I'm able to upload it as a YouTube short and choose that frame as my thumbnail. And it's a trick, it's a hack to get a thumbnail up, and it does work. So those are some ways that you can do it. Hopefully those ways will help you out there, David.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll look. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And hey, we're coming close to wrapping up this show, but there's still some things that we haven't covered yet. So what we're going to do a bonus segment. I'm actually going to stay online, and as right after our close is done, our automated close is done, we'll actually come back and go over a cybersecurity rundown. That'll be on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. We're streaming that right now. So if you're listening on the radio, maybe you want to, you can keep listening on the radio, but, right at about 11, we'll drop off the radio and we're going to actually switch over to our, we're still on Facebook and YouTube right now. So we're giving some bonus content for those who are on Facebook and YouTube, because there are some critical issues that you'll want to actually look at and you'll want to actually check out. So head over to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. We have links to both of those on our webpage at fasterpc.com. So you can head over there. You can watch the rest of this.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of the show or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel, you can not only hear the show but also see the show. And when we described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website at fasterpc.com and clicking on the link. We'll be open normal hours 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 Saturday, except on Christmas Eve. We'll be open 9 to 2 and we'll be closed on Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is Why Jesus Came to the Earth, Part 2. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the link. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.fasterpc.com. Again, that's fasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
They say this is the most wonderful time of the year. Why? Because God sent His only begotten Son into the world. He came as a babe in a manger, but ended His life dying on the cross so that your sins and my sins can be forgiven. If you don't know Jesus as your Savior, I invite you to repent of your sins and cry out to God for salvation through Jesus Christ.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
All right, so we are just ended the call with over there with WPSL, connected via phone today instead of Skype or Zoom because they were having some issues in their studio. But I do want to just go over a cybersecurity rundown. So this is a bonus segment that's only for those who are actually watching the live stream. So every week we go over a cybersecurity rundown, the latest threats that are out there. We let you know so that you can actually take precautions and you can take steps, or hire a trusted IT company like a Faster PC to do this for you. Whether you are a business, a medical office, a dental office, a accountant's office, an attorney's office, or other professional office, whether you're a government agency, a nonprofit, a home office user, or maybe even just a residential person, it's important to have someone that's trusted, a company that's trusted, to be able to watch your back with security. Well, this is the rundown, and there's a major threat out there with Microsoft is warning as no user interaction 2FA, that stands for two-factor authentication bypass attack, is confirmed. So what this is, two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, means that when you go to log in, you actually have a username and a password, and then you also have to have a code. That code comes from a phone, from an authenticator app such as the Microsoft Authenticator, or they may be able to text you a message, text you a code, or email you a code. A lot of times with Microsoft, they're going to be either texting you, or you're going to get the code from the app. Or if you're using the Microsoft app, sometimes they will actually display a number, and then you'll go into the Microsoft app, Authenticator app, and select that number or enter that number and say, yes, it's me. So their hackers actually have figured out a way to bypass this. By the way, two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication stops like 99% of hacking attempts. Yet they figured out a way to bypass this. So Microsoft actually knows about this threat. There's no patch available yet for this threat, but we will keep you updated. Do be aware of this, and definitely when Microsoft comes out with this, Microsoft's going to have to patch it on their own systems, because it's their own systems that are causing the problem. So it won't be a patch that you need to install on your computer, but they will need to work on this and resolve it, because really this is potentially exposing 400 million users. Also, Fortinet is patching a critical 4T WLM exploit. So the Fortinet has released patches for a security or a critical path transversal vulnerability in its wireless manager 4T WLM software, identified as CVE 2023 34990, with a CVSS score of 9.6, with 10 being the most critical. So this flaw allows unauthenticated remote attackers to read sensitive files and potentially execute arbitrary code. Affected versions include 40WLM 8.6.0 through 8.6.5 and 8.5.0 through 8.5.4. So you're advised to update to versions 8.6.6 or 8.5.5 to mitigate the risk. On another issue with routers, TP-Link, the U.S. is actually considering banning TP-Link routers over security concerns. So they do hold 65% of the market in the U.S., but they are frequently exploited in cyber attacks, with some linking to Chinese state-sponsored hackers. So the issue here is, is there an issue where they're actually, because they are a Chinese-owned company, are they actually allowing the hackers in? There's also some concerns about whether they're actually selling their components below market cost to gain market share. So this is something that we'll actually continue to watch. TP-Link is saying that they are committed to adhering to security standards and that they're willing to cooperate with U.S. authorities. So this will be something that we'll want to watch and actually alert you about. We'll actually be following this. We actually do have many customers that are using TP-Link, and we will be following this, looking for alternatives and looking to see whether these issues will be addressed. I can tell you that with all routers, as you'll see and if you listen to these security threats, every single router does have, even the ones that are, US based companies, they do have flaws, they have security exploits, and hackers get in, and quite often you need to make sure that you're updating your firmware to make sure that you're closing those threats. So the question is TP-Link allowing hackers into the system, and will they actually close the security holes? Will they actually work to adhere to sound security standards? If not, hey, we're going to be recommending replacing them. New attacks exploiting VS Code extensions and NPM packages. So security researchers have uncovered a malicious campaign exploiting Visual Studio Code, VS Code extensions, and NPM packages to compromise development environment and potentially infiltrate software supply chains. So initially targeting the cryptocurrency community, the campaign expanded by late 2024 to impersonate widely used applications like Zoom, employing tactics such as inflated install counts and fabricated reviews to appear credible. The attackers utilized obfuscated JavaScript and deceptive domains mimicking trusted sources to evade detection. Developers are advised to audit plugins and dependencies regularly, validate development tools before use, and conduct frequent security assessments to mitigate security risks. There's over 25,000 SonicWall VPNs and firewalls that are exposed to an exploit. So this is actually a publicly accessible SonicWall SSL VPN device as vulnerable to critical security flaws, with approximately 20,000 running outdated and unsupported firmware versions. So in other words, with these big name companies, you actually have to install the product, and then you get maybe a year's worth of updates. After that, you have to pay for updates. If you don't pay for updates, then you have outdated firmware, and firmware is basically a type of hardware that can be updated by software. However, if you're not paying for the updates, you're not getting the updates, and what actually happens is your device and your network is actually vulnerable. So administrators are strongly advised to update their devices to the latest firmware versions, which again may require replacing the device if the device is out of support, or it may require renewing a maintenance agreement to actually install the latest firmware version, and implement security best practices, including restricting access to management interfaces and enabling multi-factor authentication to protect against potential risks. Dell is warning of code execution flaw in their Power Manager. So Dell Computers has issued a security advisory regarding a critical vulnerability in its Dell Power Management software. So this flaw, stemming from improper access control, allows low-privileged local users to execute arbitrary code and gain elevated privileges on affected systems. Operators or organizations are strongly advised to update to version 3.17 or later. There's also a critical Apache struts flaw detected, and you're encouraged to patch now. So a critical vulnerability identified as CVE 2024-53677 with a CVSS score of 9.5, again 10 being the most critical, so this is up there pretty high, has been discovered in Apache Struts, a widely used open source web application framework. This flaw allows attackers to perform path traversal during file uploads, potentially leading to remote code execution. The issue affects Struts versions 2.0.0 through 2.3.37, 2.5.0 through 2.5.33 and 6.0.0 through 6.3.0.2. Teams are urged to upgrade to Struts version 6.4.0 or later immediately. So that's your cybersecurity run down the threats that we're seeing, the biggest threats that we're seeing in the last week. These aren't all of them, but these are the biggest ones. If you're out there and you're saying, hey, that's a lot to keep up with, how in the world would I ever keep up with that? Well, Faster PC can help you. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. We can actually come in, we can help you, we can provide you with IT support, and we can also provide you with advanced cybersecurity and patch management, where we're making sure that your devices are updated, that the firmware is installed on your routers, that we're letting you know if you have a big name router that you make sure that it's not end of life, and also make sure that you also are paying for that subscription so that you get those updates, and that those updates actually are being installed. And so these are things that we do offer this, and we can help you. If you're out there, you need that help, you want that help, give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. A Faster PC live technical support will answer your questions.